In the Stone Age, humans figured out how to make weapons out of sticks and rocks, and that's what made humans the alpha predator. But that's not the way of nature. We shouldn't rely on weapons, but rather our raw strength. It makes it unfair for the animals because they can't use weapons. So to make things fair, I'll be playing through God of War without using Kratos' axe or blades. Can I beat God of War without using weapons? Also, quick side note, this is my first time playing God of War, and I put it on the hardest fucking difficulty. It's gonna take a while. I started off the game by failing the challenge immediately. I cut down the first 3 and head home with Boy. During our little father and son bonding time, my wife died for no reason, so we decided to burn her. To clear our heads, we go hunting for deer. During our hunt, I had to use the axe so we could continue our hunt, but he left me in disgust. Atreus fucking sucks with a bow and arrow, so I yell at him. After about 3 seconds, some easy tutorial enemies show up that I could wipe out in a few minutes. Turns out when you're playing on the hardest difficulty with no weapons, it's quite hard.
It's over. Oh, it's fucking over. Oh my god.
That's how long I've been playing for. This is like 5 minutes into the game. That's how long I've been playing for. Oh. I'll be fine.
If you're wondering why my mic is ass in this video, it's because in my previous video, I was very quiet, so I decided to plug a PS5 controller and use that as my mic so you could hear me.
Yeah, you know how shit goes, you know. Life is life, you know. It's hard sometimes, but you know, shit happens in life. Hold on, I got a cough real quick. Sorry about that.
I stumble upon a Nornir chest with an easy puzzle. Break the 3 seals and then open the chest. I got the first 2 easily, but the last one required an axe throw. I thought about it, then concluded that I'll take it if I'm in need. Once again, I stumble upon a bunch of draugrs and ended up dying quite a lot.
Shit. I'm not trying. Stop bitching about it, Atreus.
After the fight, I decided to change the rule to combat only and go get the apple because I'm a coward. Atreus and I find the deer and he hits it but he doesn't die. So in the greatest father and son bonding time, I force him to shove a knife in the deer's throat to end its misery. After not being able to be the good father I am, a massive troll steals our lunch, so we decided to kill it.
See that? Why are they falling? It's pretty fucking big for arrows. Bruh. Oh, holy shit. What is that? Oh shit. Yeah, go get him. Go get him, Tiger. it. You got him. I believe in you. Bitch. Ow, fuck. Holy shit, there's 2 moves. Ow. Fuck. That's my point. Oh shit. Ow, fuck. Oh wow, that's kind of fucking rude.
After what felt like an eternity, but was actually just 10 minutes of pain and suffering, I managed to beat him harder than I used to beat my wife.
Yes, baby. Yes, my man, yes. Good job, Kratos. Let's go. That was sick. Calm down.
Boy decides to assert his dominance on the dead-ass troll, so I tell him to shut up and go home. On our way home we encounter an ice draugr. This is the first time in the game they teach you about elemental damage and how your frozen axe won't do shit to a frozen enemy, so you have to resort to melee. Finally, an enemy that felt like a fair battle. When we make it home, Atreus decided to bitch about me hating him, so I tell him to punch me. Spoiler alert, he fucking sucks. After beating the shit out of my son, a Jehovah's Witness knocks on my door to talk to me about Jesus. I tell him I don't believe in that shit, so he sends me to heaven to prove his point. I still didn't believe him, so we agree that the one who kills the other is the correct one. While Kratos was beating the shit out of this fucking idiot, the only thing I could think of is why didn't he just punch a tree at the start of the game instead of cutting it down? On my way home to beat my boy, he throws a mountain on me. He tries to send me to Jesus again, and then on my way down to hell, I use my axe to save myself. A real man would have just punched a hole in the mountain and used it as a stepping stone. Either way, I was furious that he made me use the axe, so I flexed on him by using my own healing powers that I wish I fucking had while playing the fucking game.
But no! Let's finish this.
And then I snap his neck. I go home to Atreus and don't get jump scared by flying boulders and Jehovah's Witnesses that can't feel anything. I tell him he's a piece of shit, but we have to leave. My wife's final wish was for her ashes to be spread at the highest peak in all of the realms. That's where we're off to.
The mountain. It's gonna be a long trip.
After a bit of adventuring, we end up to this lovely spot where I could be the good father I am, but I decided to be an asshole and keep on moving.
Come.
Later on, we stumble upon more draugrs. You know the drill. I fight a lot, die, repeat. But this time, there was a ranged enemy on the hills, so I had Atreus shoot him while I hid behind a tree. Few minutes later, we find the mountain, and Atreus decides to jinx us by putting me in the worst fight of my life.
See?
Cue the epic dying montage or whatever the fuck one editing here.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. No, come on. Come on, come on, come on, baby, come on. Yes! 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 Oh my god. I just want to say, this is the most fucked up shit. So, this is all the footage I got from the first day I played God of War. And the footage I'm about to highlight is the fight. This much was the fight. Fucking an hour and 30 minutes was just the fight. Just that one stupid fucking fight. Spent an hour and 30 minutes. It's almost as long as the goddamn first clip. That was just from start to Baldur. It was the fucking Baldur. And that was almost as long as one fucking fight and the goddamn start of the game.
After we're done with the absolute worst hour and a half of my life, I get to continue on with the game. I cheat again to open a Nornir chest because I don't want to ever do something like that again in my life. We end up in a room with people who want to kill me. I tell Atreus to stand back and let me deal with this fight alone. Why the fuck would I do that? While this fight wasn't hard, and I had not many issues, for plot reasons or whatever, this one enemy can't be killed by parrying his projectile, and I can't shoot him with Atreus. So with a heavy heart, I threw my axe at him and triggered the next cutscene. Atreus kills a man and gets traumatized by it, so I have to be the good father figure and just be there for him. The men we just murdered decided to come back as ice druggers, so once again, a fair fight for me. Boy is absolutely traumatized, so I tell him we'll get ice cream if we get to the top, so then he decides to not be traumatized anymore and help out. We stumble upon a blue man with a large dog, trying to cross a bridge. The dog doesn't want to cross because there's something in the trees. The Vietnam flashbacks are kicking in. Boy tells me to throw the axe in the woods, so I do that because I'm a bottom. The big ass dog finally moves and then he tells me he's called Brock. We found out he made the axe that I have refused to use this entire game. Him and his brother work together, but they split because they hate each other. He upgrades my axe for free, but I still don't use it during my fights. After a bit of running around in sex dungeons and shit, we get the spectacular view of the mountain. And while I had the chance to be a good father figure and put my hand on Boy's back, I didn't. We solve the most generic puzzle, and then we fight a fire troll. The fire troll is weak to my frozen axe, which I could have fucking used instead of fighting for 30 minutes. I solved an Orny chest puzzle and got an apple that increased my health. We find a boar and Atreus decides to shoot it. He drops his knife faster than I dropped him on his head as a baby, so I chase after him only to not be able to find him. We find a vegan who is devastated about Atreus shooting a boar, so she forces us to bring it back to her house and save it. She tells Atreus to fuck off and get some plants or whatever before leaking all of my personal info.
I know you're a god.
I give Boy his knife and tells him how much of a disappointment he is. We bring the shit she needs, and she saves the boar, gives us tattoos, takes us underground, and tells us to fuck off again. In the cave there's a boat. I take the boat and go into the sea. A statue tells me to throw my axe into the water, so I do it gladly. As Kratos holds his hand out for his axe to return, it doesn't, and I am happy. But he isn't. This big fucking snake comes out of nowhere and spits out the axe and leaves. The water levels drop, and suddenly there's a massive fucking building out of nowhere, and somehow Brock is there. I upgrade whatever shit I have, and then off to the mountain we go. This episode will end here, because I don't think my computer can handle 10 terabytes of me dying, so I'll be splitting up the story into multiple episodes. The next episode will be uploaded once I make it, but for now, goodbye. Boy tells me to throw the axe in the woods, so I do that. Boy tells me to throw the axe at the woods, so I do that because I'm a bottom.